Hi, I am Donja Love. I am the writer of In the Middle, which is directed by Saheem Ali, who I will be interviewing. So, like I said, I've worked with you many of plays, many of times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested in what was it about, or what is it about In the Middle that you gravitated towards, that you wanted to kind of help cultivate and get behind as a director?
I think the complexity of grief and how we put our own grief that we're experiencing aside for others in the moment, because one of the things I love about the piece is that it's this community of people and everyone's grieving, right? But some people have to put their own grief aside and take care of someone else. And so the generosity that takes is something really beautiful. But then also what happens to that grief that's been put aside? How does it manifest? How does it then express itself positively or negatively? And I think the piece really grapples with that so beautifully in a way that feels truthful and eloquent and poetic, but real at the same time. And then I just love this community of women, the fact that you have this central character, Mary, in the middle, and then you have this trio of women around her, the sister, the daughter, and the mother. And just what those dynamics are engaged in terms of grief, and then taking all of that which is real and human and putting it in the water that is serving a greater purpose than just like being there as a tangible element. So it does the thing that the trilogy does so well, each of the pieces, which is like take some very real, human, concrete emotions and feelings and relationships and add like the other element to them, which elevates them. Just like, these women are trying to elevate Mary and kind of lift her up out of her state of paralysis. So navigating that in a way that feels truthful, but also dealing with the elements that exists in a way that is logistical, but also allows it to have its poetry is I think the great challenge of the piece.
Yeah. And another challenge for me, it feels like, yes, having the beauty of this bare bones process, but then also at the same time, I would imagine, as always, feel like, I just need some more time. What is the process like for you? Because it feels like we need to hit the ground running. I'm constantly amazed at how you just navigate the room and make use of so much time that we don't necessarily have. So what is that process like for you as a director with such a big play? How do you just navigate that?
Yeah, this is it's a very condensed process for a play like this that has a lot of elements, because not only are they in the basement, but there are also these reflections and movements in time that happen. So we're not only trying to have the actors find their character and their motivation and their reason for existing physically, but also how the story shifts back and forth in time. And that's a challenging thing. But I think we're really fortunate because we have two actors who did the workshop before who are helping really kind of ground us in a way that there'd be more questions than there even currently are. But it's prioritizing and time management and just making sure that the ship is moving, but at the same time it rests when it needs to rest, and you take the time when you need to take the time, and just that push and the pull is about balance, right? Finding like the middle space, so that you're in motion, but you're also because you have to move forward, but you also have to have depth. So you have to pick the moments when it's about forward motion, but the moment when you like sit for a bit. And I love the challenge of it, but it's also, I don't think I could do this process if we didn't have the relationship that we did, and the time that we've had before thinking about the story and talking about the story. So it also feels like the culmination of something as opposed to the beginning of something. But I also have to take care of the actors who it's the beginning for them too, yeah, but I couldn't do this if we didn't have what we have.
Yeah, you're doing a wonderful job.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
there
both
we
are.
go.
Thank you. Here we go.
Yes. Hi, I'm Donja Love,
I'm Saheem Ali
and make sure you see in the middle.
here at the Lark.
Come on now.
Mhm.